Here we go again, guys. Another example of the mainstream media and their lies. NBC, Andrea Mitchell had a sit down with Kamala Harris, Beijing Biden's diversity hire, when he was actually running for the office of president. The only reason why Kamala Harris is in her position is because of her skin color. And Beijing Biden actually told us all that. He was going to get a quote-unquote black woman, even though she is actually Indian. But I digress on that. NBC's Andrea Mitchell lied. And if you are a leftist out there, you're going to believe what she actually did say. Because leftists don't actually do any research. The mainstream media, they push a bunch of propaganda and lies out there. And she just flat out lied about Ron DeSantis. Now, Ron DeSantis, I truly do believe, is a threat to the left. I believe he's actually going to announce his presidency for 2024 sometime later this year. I will be very, very surprised if he does not run for president. And they see him as a threat. Now, will he actually get the nomination? I don't know. We'll actually have to see. But that's besides the point here. The mainstream media is lying about what Ron DeSantis is doing with this woke AP history course. Now, for you people that are actually educated by government, they're reviewing all of these books in schools that are sexually explicit and pushing CRT. And what they have done with this AP Black History course is they're actually pushing queer theory. They're pushing LGBT stuff in that course. That's what they're trying to do. The course itself is not being taken away. That is the lie of the media. It's going to be revised. But Andrea Mitchell believes in pushing propaganda and lies. And guess what? The mainstream media is not going to call her out on this. Now, this tweet here is from Brian Griffin from Ron DeSantis' communication team. He tweets this out. Shameful. This question from Mitchell reports exemplifies everything wrong with corporate media. They're not accidentally terrible at their jobs. They're maliciously intent on deceiving people. Governor Ron DeSantis never said this, and Florida has extensive Black history requirements. That is because in this clip, guys, Andrea Mitchell actually asked Kamala Harris, what does Ron DeSantis actually know about, I guess, the Black experience? What does Kamala Harris actually know about the Black experience? She wasn't even raised by Black parents. She was raised by her mother, who is actually from India. And of course, Kamala Harris, I believe she actually says in this clip here that she didn't exactly know what Ron DeSantis actually said. I highly doubt that. But she went along with MBS's propaganda. Let's go ahead and roll this clip here because Andrea Mitchell is a flat out liar. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Let me ask you, what does Governor Ron DeSantis not know about Black history and the Black experience when he says that slavery and the aftermath of slavery should not be taught to Florida school children?
That's a lie. That is a flat out lie. Ron DeSantis never said that. But let's keep going.
I don't know what he knows and what he doesn't know, but I know this. Any push to censor America's teachers and tell them what they should be teaching in the best interest of our children in partnership with the parents of America is, I think, wrong-headed. The people who know our children best are their parents and their teachers in terms of the time they spend and the investment they've placed in the brains and capacity of our children who are our nation's future. And It should not be some politician saying what should be taught in our classrooms.
And you said that Nikki Haley was using coded language. What do you think about her suggesting a cognitive test for presidents, for candidates for president?
I did not watch her speech, but when you present the
Okay, so this is where I kind of messed up. She was actually saying she didn't hear Nikki Haley's speech, not what Ron DeSantis said.
The suggestion that anyone is saying that it is time for a new generation, and they're running against the person who is president, and when presented as though it's an attack, I would like to let us all be clear that the attack is misplaced if the point of it is that we need leadership that is strong, because we have a strong leader in Joe Biden.
We have a strong leader in one Beijing Biden. Is she serious? Is she serious? You know, it's kind of interesting, guys, that Andrea Mitchell actually asked Kamala Harris, who is not black, about the black experience. Kamala Harris, think of this. Would they ever ask Nikki Haley about the black experience? They're both Indian. They're both Indian. But of course, the mainstream media, especially, if you're a Democrat, they're allowed to speak for black people. Kamala Harris did not grow up in the black community. Her parents are Indian. Well, her mother is anyway. She was actually raised by her mother. Her father is like half black from Jamaica. Kamala Harris has just about as much black in her as I do white, roughly about 20%. But anyway, back to Andrea Mitchell here. She should actually be called out on this, because this is a flat out lie. Actually, guys, if you actually look at the rules that Florida actually has in place, Black history is required. The problem is the left is freaking out about the Stop Woke Act. With all of this gender theory being put in it, guys, I've studied history before. Never once has any type of sexuality, gender theory, none of that stuff has ever been taught in even American history. Everybody takes American history, middle school, high school, college. I can't think of one single time when queer theory was actually taught in that. Any type of sexualization never came into play. When you're talking about history, American history, you're talking about what? The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Cotton Gin, that kind of thing. These people want to sexualize your children. And Ron DeSantis is trying to put a stop to that. However, it seems like, that black Democrat voters, they go along with the propaganda. Because this is on Fox News here. And you can see here it says hundreds of protesters in Tallahassee, Florida, marched protesting Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' rejection of an AP course on quote unquote African American studies. And look at some of these signs here. These people actually are going along with the lies that he is actually banning the teaching of black history. I mean, these people are out of their mind. Look at this sign here. My life, history matters. Oh, but he has that Marxist fist right there. If I can see some of the rest of this stuff here. What does it say? Black history is American history. Yeah, I believe that too. But she's holding that sign because she actually thinks that Ron DeSantis is actually banning the teaching of black history. That is a lie. Look at this other sign here. It says during Black History Month. And it says be something, and I'm not really sure. I mean, these people, man, see, this is probably your uneducated voter here. They just go along with the narrative that the left tells them to go along with. They don't do any research whatsoever. Black history is not going anywhere in the state of Florida. It will be taught, but it's going to be taught without propaganda. Now, truly, if they wanted to get down to the nitty gritty, maybe these black people should actually know that the people that they're voting for, their political party, is the one that actually tried to keep slavery in place. Democrats. They probably should also know that the people that were actually trying to stop the 1964 Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act was Democrats. I mean, if they want to know the true history, the party of the Klan, Democrats. But they're still out there, listening to these leftist media, many of them Democrats, by the way. It's all lies, guys. The mainstream media is a bunch of liars. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.